Hey everybody, Phil Crute here, Comedy Cigars and Music, and today's cigar for review is the Don Julio Punta Espada. Off the foot and wrapper, I'm getting some light hay, cinnamon, sweetness, and some cedar. Okay, so right off the bat here, very light earth on the flavor. And really on the finish, there's almost like a slightly sweet soil, if that makes any sense to you, but that's what I'm getting. The Retrouvaille, a little bit of earth and sweetness there. Started out with earth as I was first pushing that Retrouvaille out, and then right at the end, got some sweetness in it. There's a little bit of spice coming in on the finish too. White pepper spice. Real subtle though, very subtle. That spice is kind of ramping up a little bit here on the finish. Got an almost sweet, earthy oakiness in that last draw. Okay, cool. All right, as you guys can see, that smoke output is awesome. And that smoke is just as creamy coming in on the draw as it is when you see that going out. That's good. The burn has been really good. So flavor-wise, kind of opening up here a little bit. Some cinnamon, a little bit of fruitiness from time to time, but that started out kind of at the beginning of the first third, and the fruitiness is kind of backed off. But there is this very nice marshmallow that really starts coming in either right at the beginning of the pull or towards the middle. And that is really good. That is very good. As far as the finish goes, a little bit of sweetness and earth on the finish. Every so often, towards the end of the finish there, or while I'm just sitting here waiting to take the next draw, there will be a nice little chocolate that starts developing. And also that white pepper spice that I talked about at the beginning, that's kind of becoming a little more prominent. But actually here towards this part of the first third, which is kind of finishing out here, almost got attacked by nature. It's kind of backing off a little bit here, the white pepper spice. On the Retrouvaille, first of all, that Retrouvaille is super smooth Retrouvaille, and really, man, I can feel some of that creaminess in that Retrouvaille. Wow, that's good. And there's just a little hint of sweetness in that Retrouvaille, a little hint of sweetness and some earth in that Retrouvaille as well. Just in the first third here, I would say this is definitely worth a try. Yeah. So a little bit of advice here, and I don't want to get way serious on you guys. You guys all know I'm too big of an idiot to be serious for too long. But this one guy I follow on social media, and he follows me back, he put out a question, not to me, just on his post or whatever. He had something that he was thinking about doing and wondered if it was worth his time. I gave him a real simple reply. I just said, I think you should go for it, just make sure to give it 100%. That's just kind of how I look at life. If there's something you really feel compelled to do, yeah, do it. You know, you only get one ride on this roller coaster. You might as well try to decide what the track's going to look like for you. That marshmallow is really good. So a little bit about this cigar. Wrapper, binder, filler, all from the Dominican Republic. And the Don Julio brand is one of the brands from De Los Reyes Cigars. All right, so we are getting in the second third. That marshmallow, I'm telling you, that marshmallow is like the MVP of the draws here and the flavors. Just really good. Also getting some earth now in the draws. Some of that other outside sweetness, like that cinnamon, and that fruitiness has kind of dropped off. Now the cinnamon's still kind of coming in every so often. On the finish, that white pepper spice is still very, very present. Like I said, it's present, but it's not overwhelming. Nothing like that, but it's definitely kind of coating more in my mouth. And this cigar is leaving a very enjoyable, oily residue in my mouth. It's just that smoke is so creamy, man. Like right there on that pull there, a little more cinnamon in there, and even some black pepper spice on that pull. That was good. That was really good. Cool. Retrouvaille. Retrouvaille has just been kind of a earth and a nice rich tobacco, and it's still smooth. Still super smooth Retrouvaille. Man, I like that. Really dig that. All I have in here is water. I don't drink alcohol, so water is my preferred pairing. And that's that. But anyway, this mug, as some of you guys know, or I don't know, maybe none of you guys know that are watching this right now, I'm a police officer, and our dispatchers were kind enough to get every police officer at my department one of these mugs, and I just think it's cool, so I'm using it. Dispatchers can often be the unsung heroes, and they really are kind of the lifeblood for emergency response people, police officers, firefighters, EMS. Dispatchers are pretty awesome, and ours at my department are some of the best, for sure. So I respect that. That marshmallow is kicking all kinds of butt, and when you combine that creaminess with it, it's just super good. Super good there. And speaking about being a police officer, so I thought of this call today that I had a while ago, years ago. I was working on third shift, and I get this call. Somebody had just got back from vacation, and it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they get this call. They just got back from vacation. And they said, "Hey, our attic is full of bees. Is there any way you can come over and help?" I'm not sure what they expected me to do, so I did decline, because believe it or not, we don't have any way to combat bees just because we're police officers. But I did think about the scenarios. I thought about, like, if I went in there and it was like a big old Texas showdown or something, and I'm just like taking out bees left and right, just slow, like the slow motion stuff, like in movies. It'd be like a cool action movie, like a cop taking on these bees, just like, and then this big mother of a bee just flies out of nowhere and like hits me, and I go flying back, and it's all dramatic. Not sure what they wanted me to do, but that's what I envisioned.
You heard it right here first, people. The first bee fighting cop. He won. Victorious.
Victorious. Man, that smoke is, whew, really good smoke output on this. I think this is going to be a pretty short smoke here too, guys, just to let you know. It's burning pretty quick here. That's not a complaint, no big deal, but man, that's burning well too. Holy cow. And that ash is holding off. The ash in the first third I ended up tapping off just because I didn't want it on my table. But that ash is holding on. This cigar is good. It's good. Now that being said, this cigar is not cheap or inexpensive. I hate using the word cheap. I don't really know that any cigar is like cheap. This Robusto cost me $11.60 from Atlantic Cigar. So it is a little bit more on what I would consider the pricey side. But if you're going to spend that kind of money on a cigar, man, that marshmallow is kicking me in the teeth like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. Anyway, if you're going to spend that kind of money on a cigar, this isn't a bad one to spend that money on. This thing's performing awesome. I mean, it really is. Gosh. I can't imagine smoking this cigar inside. Whatever room you're in would just be full of smoke. This thing is just putting out tons of smoke. Tons. And that smoke is creamy as heck. You're going to have to watch yourself with this cigar, though, because it makes you want to keep puffing. And I'm going to kill those flavors if I keep doing that. Right now, they're still with me, so I'm going to give this a little rest. I'm going to give myself a little rest, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, final third of this cigar. We are about closing it out here. Just because it's right there. That white pepper spice has intensified a little bit. Still not overwhelming, but definitely intensified here in the final third. Also some charred steak on that finish. So on the finish, that white pepper spice and charred steak. Flavor-wise, Man, that marshmallow kicked from the first third all the way to the end. That marshmallow is still coming through. Cigar, the smoke is still creamy. Other flavors here, black pepper spice. Almost getting a vegetal note in there as well. And same on the Retrouvaille. Retrouvaille is kind of an earth and this vegetal type of note on the Retrouvaille. This cigar has performed awesome. Now I will say, this cigar is performing great. In the final third I did have to do one minor touch up, and for some reason the cigar went out on me at one point, so I had to relight it. Not a big deal, man. Not gonna get my panties in a bunch on it. I know what you're thinking. Phil, you wear panties? Well played, guys, well played. Aaron Hanseman, which I actually did get his name right. He confirmed that, so cool. He made a comment that he's kind of new to smoking and a lot of his friends are giving him cigars. If you're a newer smoker and you're getting cigars, don't be afraid to try as many cigars as you can. You're gonna have some that you like and some you don't. That's just how it goes. And don't be afraid to make notes, whether that be mental notes, whether you write them down. Oop, there goes the band. I still make notes. I still write notes down, especially if I get new cigars. There's nothing wrong with that. So, and I'll probably make notes forever, to be honest. Smoke time for this cigar came out to 1 hour and 5 minutes. Guys, as always, thanks for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you like this video, have liked other videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate the people that do subscribe. I appreciate the people that are coming to watch it. I'm really looking to build this community as much as possible and just get more information out to people. So, guys, until next time, be cool to each other, and I'll see you soon.